We collect data on a daily basis, understanding what is going on with the real estate market. And truly right now, we are in a very interesting time in the real estate market. To jump into some of the stats, I will tell you that the biggest thing that I will say is to not just look at the headlines. When we're seeing a lot of the headline data out there, it is not reflective of every real estate market. A lot of the focus can often be on Austin, Texas, or Boise, Idaho, where we see the biggest gains and the biggest drops, and that is not reflective of everywhere in the country. I often will see a headline that a number increased by 100%. Well, sure, it went from 1% to 2%, but that really is not something that we should be paying super attention to. So let me show you some of the data that I think is pretty interesting when we look at the real estate market today. The biggest thing that I think is really a big driver of the real estate market today is looking at the lack of existing homes that we have in the real estate market. If we look at the market pre-pandemic, we were already ringing alarm bells because we had about 2 million homes available for sale. Right now, on a monthly basis, we're reporting about 1 million homes available for consumers to purchase. That is one of the biggest restrictors that we have to home sales activity today. The other factor that is restricting home sales activity is just knowing that interest rates have gone up. And we know that interest rates are pricing out some consumers in the marketplace from those lows of 2.25%, 2.5% to 3%, and then seeing the jump now to 7%. We have some homeowners who are saying, I'm just going to stay put in my home, even if my home is no longer a good fit for me. Maybe I have a longer commute time, or I know that I'm outgrowing this home and I need to actually move. We know that those consumers are reluctant to actually make their next purchase. But we also know that potential first-time homebuyers are being priced out of the market as well with the rise in interest rates. As we look at the market, though, because of that lack of inventory, we do see that multiple offers are still happening. We see 3.5 offers for every home that's listed. On a monthly basis, we've been bouncing around the threes. That is higher than the historical norm of 2.4 offers for every home, but it's lower than last spring. That's something to keep in mind as we see those headlines. Is there's alarms that we are lower than last spring. But if we remember last spring, we had a rising interest rate environment and consumers were very anxious to be able to move into that new home with that lower interest rate.